Perfect. Perfect.
What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Got a little bit of Sunday morning bottle car and energy drink for you today. Since I don't drink coffee, this is my coffee. Got a pretty cool one today, guys. It's not a build kit. It's an eBay score that I got at a really slamming price considering what the kit is. It's a vintage kit. I don't know if I would call it a grail kit, but it's one that I've been watching for, you know, looking, seeing how prices were and all that stuff, because I love this body style of this particular car. Was able to snag one on eBay at a really good price. Won't tell you how much, but I will tell you it was under 50 bucks shipped to my door. So we picked up my first Johan kit, 64 Cadillac Coupe de Ville hardtop. I love this body style Cadillac. I love the coupes. Box is in really good shape. It's got one little crease on the front right there, but other than that, it's pretty good. You know, little dings and dents here and there, but it's still a pretty decent box. This is a complete unstarted kit, and if you're playing what color is it, it's actually white. We got our instructions. Glass was already in a baggie. I've taken it out. It needs to be cleaned and polished a little bit, but it's in decent shape. Our chrome was already in a baggie. Let's see. Look at the flash on those wheels, especially these two. All of this will probably get stripped and redone, simply because of all the flash on it. You can see there's on the side of the grill there, the bumper. I was actually surprised at the amount of flash that's on this kit when I was looking at it. But, you know, older kit, older tooling. Got our body, chassis pan, and interior. One piece chassis plate, you know, all the detail molded in, whatnot. Interior bucket. Let's see. There is actually some cool detail on that back seat. You could paint and highlight some stuff. A little bit of detail in the door panels, not a whole lot, but there is a little bit there. Got our tail fin body. And there's a bunch of flash on this thing too. So, but you know, solid body. Pillars are good. You know, doesn't appear to be warped or anything. Top half of the engine, manifolds, you know, radiator, axle locators. There's our hood, big old long Cadillac hood. The guy I got it from, actually, for whatever reason, had all four of the tires in different baggies, which I'm glad they did, or glad they had them in bags, but I don't know why we did different bags for all four of them. There's our engine, a couple wheel backs, firewall, the pins to hold the chassis plate to the body, because this is a screw bottom kit. Got a couple loose parts in here. There's our other wheel back, seat backs, and our axles. Our seats. Oop. It's a pretty cool detail in the seats, little buttons. Center console. And our dash. It's pretty good detail on that dash. Should work well for some dry brushing and stuff. And then finally, our little bitty taillights. Also in a little baggie. Excuse me, guys. Plans for this one are, it's going to be a box stock build. We're going to paint it and detail it up, and just make a real nice clean stock Cadillac. I've gone through the instructions, and seems like everything is here. I don't know if those other parts fell off of this tree, like the dash and the seats and stuff. I know that's where my wheel came from. I don't know if I'm missing a tree, but everything seems to be here. This is a really simplified kit. I guess, you know, screw bottom style or promo style or whatever you want to call it. But with a little time and a little detail, I feel like we can make a real nice build out of it. Like I said, I really like these Cadillacs. This body style Cadillac. So here your core support snaps into the chassis here, and then you got the two holes in the back for the pins where I guess the screws used to be. But yeah, we're gonna put this one in the collection, guys. Kind of stoked to have my first Johan kit. This is the only one I have in my stash. And it's, like I said, I got it for a steal of a deal. Just a little pro tip for you guys: when you're looking for stuff like this online on eBay, don't be scared to misspell words. You can misspell Johan, you can misspell Cadillac. That's actually how I found this. It was listed Johane is how the listing was spelled. So we ran, there's websites out there you can go to that are for misspelled things on eBay, and you type in what you're actually looking for and it runs through every configuration of every way to misspell that word, and gives you the listings from each misspelling. And we just so happened upon this. There was one other bid on it when I looked at it, and when I placed my initial bid, I beat that person out, and then I was the last bid until the very end, and somebody put one more bid on it at the very end, but I still got it cheaper, shipping and everything cheaper to my house for less than my original bid price was. So keep that in mind, especially if there's a grill kit or something you're looking for. But yeah, we picked this guy up and we're gonna go in the stash with it. And like I said, we'll do a basic box stock build on it, just to have this thing on the shelf, because it's, you know, they don't make these anymore, you know what I mean? So I was looking to see if there was I guess it's got to be 70 something at least, because of the barcode, but I don't actually see a date on this box anywhere. Yeah, I don't see a date on the box, but like I said, I know it's at least got to be 70 something, right, because of the barcode. Y'all tell me if I'm right or wrong, because I really don't know. But that's what we got today, guys. Thanks for tuning in. As always, Model Cars and Coffee is hosted by our buddy Paul over at Left Coast Model Car Builds. If y'all don't know him, he'll be linked down below. Y'all can give him a check, or y'all check him out. We're gonna get out of here, guys. Just wanted to share that with y'all. Y'all have a great week, and like always, we'll catch you on the next one.